Sam the senator from South Dakota. Dad, who are these people outside carrying signs saying, "Save the environment and protect the sacred"? These are people who want to make their voices heard about a road that will pass through their land, son. Why don't they want a road to pass through their land, Dad? They are concerned about some sites that are sacred in their culture, and they have concerns over the road's impact on the environment. What are sacred sites, Dad? These are land areas that some people from different cultures believe are holy or sacred. Sacred means very special and should be honored and respected. Like what, Dad? Like burial sites and other special places believed to be sacred. How can a road be not good for the environment, Dad? When a road is built, some trees might need to be removed. They are too big to be moved. Also, people living close to the road will be impacted by the noise pollution from the cars and trucks passing by. Wildlife is affected when they try to cross the road, especially at night when it is difficult to see. Deer, turtles, foxes, bison, and other animals could be affected by the road because it passes where they live, breed, and raise their offspring. But won't the road be good for the people to allow them to travel and allow other people to go to new areas, Dad? Roads are good and needed, son. They allow the local people to reach other places and allow for cities to grow and companies to come and open shops. Before we decide on creating a road, we have to think about the people living near it and the environment the road will pass through it. Are you going to build that road, Dad? No, son. I am a senator or a politician. I don't build roads. So what do you do, Dad? I work with other senators to create laws that serve the people in the country, son. That road will serve the people, Dad. They should be happy. If we respect the concerns of the people who live near the road and make sure we also consider the environment, then yes, people should be happy. What kinds of laws do you create, Dad? All kinds, son. Some are related to healthcare, like how to make medicine cheaper for the people so they can afford it. Others are about the environment itself, like how we can reduce the pollution in the air we breathe, or make sure the water we drink is safe. We also vote on laws coming in from the House of Representatives. What is a vote, Dad? A vote is an opinion about something, son. So, if I think that the water we drink should be safe and clean, then I vote yes on a law that considers it. If I think a law will result in harm to the environment or the people, then I vote no. So, it is my opinion about something, and if the law will be good or bad for the people. Is your vote only needed, Dad? No, son. I have 99 colleagues from our 50 states, and the majority have to agree for a law to pass. But if something is good for the people or the environment, why wouldn't everyone agree with it, Dad? Because of differences in opinions, son. It's like when you don't want onions in your sandwich because you don't like the taste or the smell, although onions are healthy for you. People see things differently. Also, senators come from different parts of the country, and each part has its concerns and demands. Some parts of our country are rich in coal. Humans have been using coal for thousands of years. We use it today to generate electricity. The problem with coal is the gas it produces, which is CO2, and it is not good for us or the environment. Also, after burning coal, ash is produced, so it must be disposed of somewhere. Some senators want to stop the production of coal to produce electricity, while others don't agree because many of the people they represent work in coal mines. Are there other ways to make electricity, Dad? There are many ways, son, like using dams, sunlight, ocean waves, or even wind. If there are so many ways, why aren't we using them, Dad? Because they are not perfect, son. Each method has its problems. The sun sets at night. Water in dams could be weak sometimes. Some days there is no wind, and the ocean can get contaminated. So there is no perfect solution, son. Dad, I didn't tell you. There was a nice guy waiting in the hallway. He gave me this small car to play with while I was waiting for you. You were talking to another senator. That must be Jim. He is a lobbyist from the car industry. What is a lobbyist, Dad? A lobbyist is a person like Jim who you saw in the lobby outside, son. He tries to influence my opinions on laws that will affect his company. He wants me to vote in his industry's favor. In his industry's favor? But what about the people, Dad? He is representing some people, son. They are the owners of the company he works for. I also represent the people in our state. People have different opinions on almost everything. When I vote, I make sure my vote is serving the best interests of the people in my state and the country. However, sometimes that is not possible. Some of my colleagues agree with me on making sure a road that will be built should consider the impact on the environment. Others don't. So how do you work like that, Dad? We negotiate, son. What is negotiate, Dad? It's also called giving and taking, son. It's like if you want to play video games for an hour and you have homework. So I ask you to finish your homework first, then you can play. If you insist on playing games first, I ask that you reduce the time to half an hour. You will start thinking about the best option for you. Play only half an hour now, then do homework, or do homework first, then play for an hour. After negotiations, does everyone agree, Dad? Still not everyone agrees, son. We just go by what the majority agrees on. We are divided into two big groups, Democrats and Republicans. We usually vote according to what our group agrees to, not the other group. But aren't you supposed to vote for what helps all the people, Dad? It should be like that, son. However, in reality, it is not. I vote for what the people in my state want. Sometimes it is against what other people from other states want, so the majority wins. This is called democracy, son. Sam learned a lot from his dad about democracy, negotiations, and what senators do. That night Sam had a dream. Next morning, he woke his dad up to tell him what he saw. Good morning, Dad. I had a dream last night. Good morning, son. What did you see? I became a senator like you, Dad. Our neighbor Sarah also became a senator, and we agreed on a lot of things. We voted yes for good health care and for a clean environment. We disagreed on how much money to spend on space. Space? Yes, Dad. I think more money should be spent on helping people here on our planet before we spend too much money looking for other planets to move to. She thinks we have to find new planets so we can find new places to live. That is the kind of different opinions you will see in life, son. I hope you become a successful and helpful senator in the future. I hope so too, Dad. Can't wait.